What if the tools shaping the world's most expensive golf bags looked more like a farm than a factory? Somewhere far from any luxury store, before a single stitch is sewn, before any leather is cut. The story starts with cattle walking down a dusty road. Nobody watching a $2,000 golf bag would ever guess where its journey truly begins. But it does. It begins with a truck, a herd of bulls, and a long road leading straight into one of the most secretive luxury workshops in the world. Today, we are stepping inside that world. This is the story of how raw horn and raw hide become some of the most prized golf bags on the planet. And by the end, you will never look at a leather golf bag the same way again. This factory sits at the center of a growing global trend. Luxury buyers are tired of mass-produced gear. They want something rare, something with real texture, real weight, and a real story behind it. That is why bullhorn and premium leather have become the new symbol of status on the golf course. People are talking about it because nothing else looks quite like it. The deep black shine of polished horn, the rugged texture of thick cowhide. Together, they create golf bags that feel more like art than equipment. But very few people have ever seen how these bags are actually made. Today, that changes. You are about to watch the entire hidden process. From the moment the animals arrive, to the final polish on a finished bag. But that wasn't the biggest surprise waiting inside this factory. Let's start at the very beginning. Early morning, before the sun fully rises, a convoy of trucks lines up outside a rural holding yard. Workers move quickly. They know timing matters. Bulls are guided one by one, up wooden ramps and into open transport trucks. Each animal is carefully checked before loading. Weight, health, and horn condition are all noted down. This is not random. Every animal here has been selected for a reason. Only certain bulls have the horn density and hide thickness needed for luxury goods. Once loaded, the trucks pull onto the highway. The road ahead can stretch for hours. Dust rises behind the wheels as the convoy moves through small towns and open countryside. Local drivers know these trucks well. They see them every week, heading toward the same destination. A factory that most people have never stepped inside. As the trucks roll closer, the landscape changes. Farmland turns into industrial roads. Warehouses appear in the distance, and there it is, the factory. Massive metal gates, guards checking every vehicle. Cameras watching from every angle. This is not just any workshop. This is where raw materials become million-dollar products. But getting inside is only step one. What happens next is where the real transformation begins. The moment the trucks stop, workers move with practiced speed. Every animal is unloaded and taken through a strict intake process. Health inspectors check each one. Records are logged. Nothing moves forward without approval. This part of the operation is heavily regulated. Factories like this must follow strict agricultural and safety laws. If a single step is skipped, the entire batch can be rejected. That is how serious this business really is.
Oh.
Will winner I'll get right out to what I right why do would I write a why to grow. Most people assume horn and leather come from the same simple process. They do not. Horn requires an entirely different treatment method than leather. One mistake in temperature or timing and the material becomes useless. The horn section of the factory feels almost like a laboratory. Workers wear protective gear. Machines hum quietly in the background. Raw horns are first cleaned, then boiled at controlled temperatures to soften the outer layer. This step alone can determine whether a horn becomes flawless or fractured. Then comes something most viewers never expect. The horns are cut into thin sheets, almost like glass. At this stage, they look nothing like the shiny black material seen on finished golf bags. They look rough, dull, almost unusable. But that is about to change completely. Meanwhile, across the factory floor, the leather section runs on a completely different rhythm. Raw hides arrive thick, heavy, and uneven. Workers stretch each hide across large frames. Every inch is inspected for imperfections. Scars, uneven thickness, or damage can ruin an entire piece. Only the strongest sections are chosen for luxury goods. The rest is set aside for lower-grade products. This is one of the industry's biggest secrets. Single hide might only provide enough perfect leather for 1 or 2 premium bags. That is part of why these products cost so much. Then the tanning process begins. Chemicals, natural oils, and precise timing turn stiff raw hide into smooth, flexible leather. Workers constantly check texture, color, and strength. If the leather comes out too soft, it will not hold its shape. Too stiff, and it will crack under pressure. Finding that perfect balance is where true craftsmanship lives. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. The horn and leather, prepared separately, must now be combined into a single design. This is the turning point of the entire process. Skilled designers sketch patterns by hand. Every golf bag starts as a flat drawing before it becomes a three-dimensional object. The horn panels are shaped and polished until they shine like glass. Layer after layer of polishing removes every rough edge. Workers use fine sandpaper, then cloth, then wax, repeating the process for hours. What began as a dull gray sheet slowly transforms into a deep, glossy black surface.
Ow.
This single step can take an entire day for just one panel. At the same time, leather pieces are cut using precise templates. No 2 panels are ever exactly identical because no 2 hides are the same. It means every finished bag carries small natural differences. No factory-made plastic bag could ever replicate that. Then comes assembly. Workers stitch leather panels together using thick, waxed thread. Each seam is reinforced by hand to withstand years of heavy use. The horn panels are then carefully attached as decorative and structural elements. This is not simple gluing. Precise fitting is required so the horn does not crack under pressure or temperature changes. One wrong measurement and the entire panel must be redone. This is the moment where mistakes become extremely costly. As the bag takes shape, something remarkable becomes visible. The natural grain of the leather combines with the polished shine of the horn. Light bounces differently off each surface. No 2 bags will ever look exactly alike. This uniqueness is exactly what luxury buyers are paying for. But quality control is where many products fail to make the cut. Before any bag reaches a customer, it goes through a strict inspection. Every stitch is pulled and tested. Every buckle is checked for strength. Zippers are opened and closed dozens of times to test durability. Inspectors examine the horn panels under bright light, searching for even the smallest crack or imperfection. If a flaw is found, the bag does not leave the factory. It goes back for repair or is completely rejected. This strict standard is part of why these bags carry such a high price. Every piece that passes inspection represents hours of skilled human labor and material that cannot be mass-produced overnight. Finally, the finished bags are cleaned, polished one last time, and carefully packaged. Each one is treated like a piece of art, not just sports equipment. From here, they are shipped to luxury retailers and private buyers around the world. Many customers will never know the true journey behind their bag. They will never see the early morning trucks. They will never see the long road leading to the factory. They will never witness hours of hand polishing or the strict inspection process. All they will see is the finished product, gleaming under store lights. But now you know the full story. This is what makes luxury leather and horn golf bags different from anything mass-produced.
Wow.
It is about time, precision, and human skill at every single stage. From a rural loading yard to a global luxury market, this journey represents one of the most detailed manufacturing processes hidden in plain sight. And as demand for rare handcrafted goods continues to grow, factories like this are becoming more important than ever. The next time you see a leather and horn golf bag in a luxury store, you will think differently. You will picture the long road, the careful hands, the hours of polishing, and the incredible transformation from raw material to finished masterpiece. That is the real story behind luxury craftsmanship. Not just what you see on the shelf, but everything that happened long before it got there. If this story surprised you, let us know in the comments. Tell us which part shocked you the most. If you enjoyed learning what really happens behind closed factory doors, hit like and subscribe for more hidden stories from inside the world's most secretive industries.